When people ask me, what do? I tell them that I'm an architect. Not the classical one, but an organizational architect. Immediately, the next question follows. All right, but what do you actually do? So I tell them that I design and build new organizations, and I help transform existing ones. Hi, I'm Voicu, and I've always been passionate about culture. More, company culture. As I've had the opportunity to work with many organizations along the way, I have come to see that company culture has a significant influence on organizational performance. I've seen very well-structured companies based on great procedures, but they were being outrun in terms of overall rating and performance. As Simon Sinek said in one of his TED Talks, by companies that follow a strong set of core principles and values. So my question number one is, why? I have no clue. No. I'm joking. When a company knows and operates by a set of core principles and values, it is easy for them to bring on board like-minded people. They share the same values, they care about them, they have a purpose, and they are fueled by it. So, they bring to the table, besides the technicalities of the roles they play, their energy. And great things, whatever they are built on energy. For example, if you're passionate about bees and care about nature, but you're an accountant, how great would it be to do bookkeeping for a company that helps preserve bees? Isn't that inspiring and cool? Now, even if energy is one of the crucial elements, it's not enough. It won't do the job alone, as great companies are relying on behavior. So my question number two is, how do you drive behavior? So let me tell you a story. A long time ago, when I was a young prince, I joined this global digital engineering company. The competition in the market was fierce, and we had to come up with a strong differentiator. So we took this strategic decision to deliver excellence, the best in class. But we had a terrible office space. And believe me, at that time, it mattered. And there it was, the contradiction. How can you deliver excellence when everything around you says, nah, that's fine? So my colleagues, they were doing all right, but not really pushing it. So we got a deal with a prime location office building, hired a top-notch contractor who delivered the best-in-class office design and fit-out. When we got in the first day, we had the feeling we need to take our shoes off. Guess what happened? Everyone started to push it, to deliver excellence, to live up to the standards, and to become ambassadors of the high standards themselves. And guess what? Nobody had to ask them for that excellence. It came as a result. So my learning here is that it's the environment that drives the behavior. Leaders set the environment, then boom, you see the behavior. Just like with the little children. When they see a perfectly clean, tidy, neat house, they have the tendency to put their stuff back to where it belongs, right? Keep that in mind, and let's switch to another topic. Company culture, my favorite topic. Modern literature defines organizations by a few elements. Core values and principles, habits and ways of working. These together set the culture of an organization. In our daily work, we forget how important culture is. But let me tell you a story that shows how culture can make a difference in life or death situations. In his bestseller, Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell illustrates the culture effects have by analyzing the case of Korean Airlines. In the late 90s, Korean Airlines had the most crashes from any other airline in the world, and cockpit miscommunication was one of the persistent factors. For example, the Flight 801 crash was concluded to be to a disagreement. The pilot decided to land, despite the fact the junior officer did not agree. But due to a very highly hierarchical society, what happened was that the pilot didn't even listen to the important information the junior officer had. Gladwell argues that this rooted behavior of deep respect towards seniors and superiors highly contributed to this miscommunication. When communicating culture to people, the way they acknowledge and accept it highly influences their behavior. And as Gladwell said, it can have a serious impact in our lives. So, rolling out the culture in an organization is a major pain point. Now, if in the past we used pen and paper to do our work, and letters to do our communicating, and our own heads for calculations, things have evolved. And we're now relying on digital systems for these topics. But when I think about the future, we are so close to directly interacting with these systems with the help of AI. Actually, technology is advancing much faster than organizations can adapt to it. We see today digital systems that can offer answers based on data much faster, more comprehensive, and actionable than we are able to. They start to have knowledge. And knowledge is information that has causal power. Read that again. Now let me introduce you the digital ego. Does anyone know what it means? Well, I hope not, because that's why they invited me today. So let me tell you. We're one step before having chatbots assisting us in our daily work as representatives of the company's leadership. Imagine waking up one day in a world where you would have your own chatbot guiding you through the culture and the knowledge of your organization. As the organization develops, the chatbots evolve. They would constantly improve with the help of AI and would be continuously redesigned by the leaders. This chatbot is actually capturing the personality of an organization, who that organization is. And the leaders are its architects. Just imagine everyone in the organization having access to such a chatbot, interactively. It's like they would all have direct access to the leadership, anytime. It provides answers, guidance, and advice. It holds all the knowledge of the organization. Just like the old man in the village that community members go to seeking for advice. It would be the perfect assistant to spread, implement, and even follow up on the company culture. We're all affected by this new way of working from home, both positively and negatively. One pain point is that we feel disconnected from the organization, as we are no longer immersed in the environment. With the help of the digital ego, this chatbot, we could overcome this challenge and reconnect ourselves again to the organization. As it incorporates the identity of an organization, I dared to name it the digital ego. I strongly believe that this is the new environment visionary leaders are already creating, as they are the architects of their organization's future. My dears, my key takeaways are: great organizations are built on energy and behavior. Behavior is driven by the environment. The environment is crafted with principles, core values, and ways of working. In other words, culture. Today, great organizations fail due to their defective culture or for their inability to roll out a great one. I'm looking forward to the day when the digital ego rolls out the culture of an organization, acting like the wise men of the village through changing times. That day when our most precious human values are being supported by our best technology. That day when the digital ego lays at the foundation for great organizations of the future. Are you with me? Thank you.